Stop blaming menopause for weight gain. Here's what actually works. Menopause can be challenged, and it's an outdated thinking that it's menopause that is causing your weight problems. There are so many different factors that we teach and educate our clients on why it's actually happening. So in the next few minutes, I'm just going to go through a little bit of this aspect, and you can also read the article as well on how to stop blaming menopause for weight gain, understanding it through Ayurveda. So Ayurveda has a really beautiful way of explaining the different body stages of like time that your body goes through. So as a woman, as a man, we have three different stages. We have what's called the kapha stage of life, which is the building, which is anabolic, which is nice and mushy and nourished and beautiful, and the tissue is soft and gentle, and there's a whole growth period happening. And then there's pitta stage of life, which is where we get things done. It's like when we're working a lot, when there's the reproductive years happening, there's always a lot going on in the pitta stage of life. It's like get things done. It's very in Ayurveda, when you're looking at pitta, it's about transformation, right? Detoxification, transformation, that happens. Then you have vata stage of life, and vata stage of life is more like, everything comes together. It's more wisdom. It's more like this feeling like settling and, allowing things to just be. You're not so, people talk about it when people go to their vata stage of life, they've really mellowed. It's not that they've mellowed, they're just out of that pitta stage, so they're not that way inclined. It's not like a fright and flight response, like no, go, 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 go. So when you think about a woman in menopause, you're going from one stage of life to the next. You're going from pitta stage of life to vata stage of life. And it's the in-between transition. So doing, and then settling down. So menopause is about the shift of those two stages. But if you have imbalances in your pitta stage of life, which is like you've got too much stress going on, you're exercising way too much, you're working a lot, maybe you've had kids later, and so therefore you still got a lot of responsibilities. There's teenagers at home, there's all these types of things happening, there's people pulling you in all different directions, parents may be a bit older, and you have all responsibilities about that as well. So there's a lot going on. So we see it in different aspects of that as people are going into the vata stage, which everything is becoming more dry, more shriveled up, becoming more depleted. So if you're already depleted and you're going into that stage of life, you're going to be even more depleted. So you're going to have a lot more of, there's about 55 to 56 different symptoms of menopause. And if you're getting even one or two of them, but it tends not to be the case. It tends to be like, 4 to 6 to 8 to 12 of them. So women come to clinic and they're just like, or say to us, I think I'm going crazy. I just don't know where to start. And they are trying to get this thing from the internet. They're trying to take this thing from the doctor. They're trying to do more exercise because they feel like they're losing their body. They can't sleep properly, and they have all this anxiety and all these issues, and they feel overwhelmed and they feel stressed, and they just feel like they lost their body, right? So there are three main things to look at. So nourishment and not restrict. So we're looking at how do we nourish that body of the imbalance that might be in that stage of life, that pitta stage of life, moving to vata. Because if you can't nourish and you're inflamed and you're eating the wrong food, you're producing a lot of toxins, and those toxins are polluting all the different channels. And the digestive fire really affects your metabolism. So you have like a lot of metabolic problems, and then a lot of disease states can happen. So we see a lot of women with cholesterol issues happening, metabolic issues happening, a lot of joint pain, inflammation, and all this stuff just starts happening all of a sudden. And like they think that, if I just take this drug, that will fix it. But I've seen like a client of mine that was put on estrogenic medication and then, came to us with all of these problems. And then she ended up having breast cancer. So I'm not saying medication does that, but if you have this overload of toxicity, medication is just another thing on top of that as well. So balance with also a restful mind. So the second thing is making sure that you're balancing your body, you're doing calmness, you're meditating. You're not trying to, get a new exercise regime, work yourself harder when you've already got a lot of stuff still going on. It may be about pulling back, like just walking, some yoga, some meditation stuff, do things a little bit more gentler, be a little bit more gentle on your body, allow your body to reset its system and clear out these blockages so that their body can transition into the next phase of life really nicely. The third thing is looking at mindset. So when we look at our clients, the mindset is causing, I would say, 80% of toxicity issues. So if you've got a lot of stress going on, your sympathetic nervous system is overloaded. So cortisol is the big problem here. So we test our clients, and you might have seen it on, some other episodes that we have had, where we do adrenal saliva tests, we do hair tissue analysis tests. We're looking at your cortisol level and how you're managing that. Because if you've got hyper or hypoadrenal, then your body is struggling. And then so therefore you're going to start laying down fat in different regions, mainly around the abdomen for women, especially with the cortisol issues in this phase of life. So it starts to get stuck. And then you have all this abdominal fat and organ fat, and then a whole heap of other health issues come with that. So we do some things about managing your mind, looking at how you think, how you digest those thoughts, how you're able to let those things go, but more importantly, how to manage your cortisol as well. So the big thing that gets missed a lot for women in the sense of menopause, they're trying all these different things, all these different remedies, all this different medication, all these different diets and things to solve the problem, but you have to stop and reset. So when you need to reset the body, you're detoxifying, you're mobilizing those toxins, you're getting rid of all of that debris that's in the system, and you're getting digestive to work. So you're getting metabolism to work. You're coming down your nervous system. And then when your gut is working, your gut produces like 90% of serotonin. So when the gut is reset, then the whole system calms down. And all of a sudden you start getting the results without very much effort, because you've been trying to do everything but not fix the cause of the problem. So one thing that we do is always, when there's so many things going on, detoxify the body. Yes, it is a little bit of a commitment. It's a 28-day process, but when you do it properly, you actually like increase your results by 6 months, and you move yourself 6 months to a year in advance of the result, because you then crave the right things for your body. So understand that menopause is not the problem for gaining weight. It's much deeper than that. There are many things that work, but you have to fundamentally look at those things that are the cause of the issue. So I hope that helps. Keep watching to our other episodes so you can find out more about menopause or different ways. Remember, your constitution, your imbalance of your constitution, your body type, especially in menopause, when there's that Pitta Vata changeover of stages of life, especially if you are a Pitta Vata body type, you tend to have more problems at this stage of life. So I hope that helps. Let us know if you need any support. Contact us and we're more than happy to help you.